Hey guys, this is Court. I am here in Boulder at Optibike's headquarters. I'm here with Jim Turner. How's it going?
Hey Court, how are you?
I'm doing awesome. It's great to be here again. You know, we've spent some time before going over like electric motors, electric batteries for bikes, and you guys have been in the business for a long time, making these really super high-end bikes, these full suspension, very powerful. And now we've got a fat bike. We've got the Pioneer Allroad, which is it's kind of like it's like a cross between a city bike and still off-road capable. That's a very cool bike. And now you've got the Pioneer City. So did I get that right? Like,
yeah. And the reason that's called the Allroad is because it's an all-around bike. You know, I have a customer the other day. He actually rode it, and he goes, "I climbed 3,000 feet with it. I went on some dirt roads. I went on some single track, and it's perfect for just a little bit of everything." Right. Whereas you look at the city bike's more designed for kind of inner city commuting, you know, going from suburb to suburb, not any huge off-road or hill climbing.
Nice. Well, I noticed it's got like the fenders and stuff right there, and it's got little suspension for some comfort. Yeah. That's always nice.
Suspension fork.
You got the, what is the chain guard and the rack.
Rear rack.
So it's functional.
Yeah, it's very good for commuting. One of the great features about this is it has this adjustable handlebar.
Oh,
so
sweet.
you can rotate it, but you can also
like tip it up
and change it so you can get any riding position you want. And the reason this is cool is a lot of our customers want a more upright riding position over the years. So this gives a very upright, so if you have any back issues, it's great. It's very casual. And then it's also easy to get on and off. So
oh yeah, the low step frame.
Yeah, we have a lot of customers. They're older, and the two big things are maybe hip issues, you know, getting on and off, and then the back when we're riding. And this solves both those problems.
Awesome.
So it's a really great bike for riding around town.
And you've got a bottle cage braze-ons. There we go. Okay. People always forget.
You need your water bottle.
You need to hydrate. Stay hydrated. Yeah. Okay, so and I assume what the battery's removable, and you've got this rack with nice pannier protector.
Yeah, you can put panniers and carry gear on here. Very sturdy. It's got the seven-speed Shimano internal hub.
Oh,
so
perfect.
No derailleur, all internal gear.
Super tight chain. Yeah, that's awesome.
Easy to ride. It's a twist shifting. So these are nice because you can do them to shift it to stop. And disc brake in the front. Breakout buttons so you can mess with that on the go. Power levels. It's got a LCD display.
Sweet. Is this one backlit? Oh yeah, I just saw it. Kind of lights up.
You can adjust that. It has 5 power levels. So these are 500 watt mid drives. Maximum power is 500. It has 5 power levels.
Okay.
You can go from 0 assist.
That's right. So this one, you told me it was only pedal assist, right?
Yeah, and that's another thing that makes it kind of easier. You don't have to deal with the throttle.
Right. It's pretty clean cockpit up here.
Yeah.
It's nice semi-ergo grips and stuff. Are these, hey, they've got the cutout too, so you pull the brakes and it cuts the motor?
Cuts the motor.
That's handy. How much does this one go for?
This is $29.95.
$29.95, okay, sweet. Yeah, it looks like some high-end components. Do you want to step me back over to the Allroad?
Yeah, so this is our new version of the Pioneer Allroad. And the two big changes are the new frame design. You can see the curved top tube, and it looks a lot nicer than the old one. And the other is some improvements in the motor. It's got some more torque at the bottom end, and it also is really quiet.
Okay.
It's so quiet you really don't hear anything when you're riding it.
Sweet.
It's very quieter. It's got a new display too, the same as the city bike. That the other ones, better info
like
than the other ones had.
Also ergo grips here, and this one has trigger, throttle, and did you say it's pedal assist? Yes. Okay, sweet.
So you can do either with this. And this one has, the 3 sprockets in the front, 8-speed or 9-speed in the rear.
24 speed.
So this thing climbs really, when we call it the Allroad, you can go up any climb with this.
Okay.
And that's what's neat about it.
Excellent. Well, I'm excited. I'm going to head out and do some reviews of these bikes. Do you have any quick statements about this thing? Look at this. It looks like a still prototype right here.
Yeah, this is a prototype of a SIMBB Fat Bike.
Right, the super integrated motorized bottom bracket. Yeah,
technology.
It's awesome.
This thing has a new display on it. It now has, this a digital display on it.
Wow.
which we've been developing this. It does have the phone interface, so it spits data to the phone. I don't have that with me today.
What, like wirelessly, or what do
It's
you?
wireless, yeah. It's a Bluetooth connection to the phone. This is our
Sweet.
technology, and then it uploads to the cloud. So when you ride your bike, we can look at what's happening with the battery and things.
Got it.
So, and it gives you very accurate data.
Super big disc brakes, I noticed.
Yeah.
It's like 203 millimeter or something.
Yeah, these are 203s in the front and 180 in the back.
Hydraulic.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So
Wow.
this is a very interesting bike because the electric power really helps the fat bike because they're slow. I mean, you ride them without the motor, you're going
A lot of friction.
8-9 miles an hour. With the motor, we can do 22, 25 miles an hour on this.
Okay.
One thing we're working on, the Sims. We're going to have a new Sim in October, which we used to have a 17.5 amp hour battery. We now have an option of a 17 amp hour in there too.
And I think, in case it isn't clear to people, like, motor is in there, controller is in there, and batteries, like everything, super low and centered, where, you know, I mean, that's kind of amazing. I don't know of really any other electric bike that does that.
No, and this is real clean. We call them, we have Sim addicts. We have people come in and this is the only bike they want. They're like, for an electric bike, they go, I love this. This is what we try and sell them something else. They go, no, this bike, I want the Sim because of it just attracts people, the simplicity of it, the ease of riding. It handles different than other electric bikes because of the low center of gravity.
I think I'm a fan of this too. I got to try your other prototype that was just on like a regular bike.
Yeah.
Oh, like 29er, right?
Yeah, and we've done some work on this. We've been working on the controller, so this has a lot more torque than we had before.
Okay.
Good bottom
Everything's
end.
getting more torque.
More torque. Well, that's really important when you're coming off a stop sign. You want to accelerate that ability to pull. So that's one thing that differentiates us is we have a lot more torque, like this unit, than like a Bosch unit. The maximum torque's 2.5 times that. So that affects you on a trail or getting going.
How many, okay, the whole Newton meters thing, I think, what do you know?
No, I
Foot torque pounds?
No, I forget.
It's just more torque. Okay, great. Well, I'll probably update the specs once
when
it's
I get it done. I read their spec and I go, mine's 2.5 times. So
okay, sweet.
I run it at that.
Well, can you tell me a little bit, just quickly, about these classic sort of designs? You know, who are these for now? Because this is all new within the past couple years, and these are still super powerful. These are the only ones I see right now that have full suspension. Can you give me just the quick, you know, sales pitch on why you would get one of these versus this and where your company's going?
Yeah. What we've done is traditionally we've been these high-end, hand-built, $12,000 electric bikes like the R series here, the R8.
Yeah.
And you know, these are still a performance standard with the largest battery, more power.
It's all built right into there, so it's
and,
super
these
clean.
are very high performance. What we've been hit with is a lot of people say, well, I can't afford that.
Sure.
And so then we started working on the Sim bikes, which are a little less size battery and less power than these bikes, but they bring the price down to the $5,700 range.
Cool.
Which they're still made in America. So
that's awesome.
And it simplifies the design. So it allows more versatility in bike design. It makes it a very simple electric bike. So that's a good design. And these are still on the performance level. And then we go down to the Pioneer line, which we introduced. These bikes we have made overseas, so it brings the price down to where people can afford them. The Allroad's $27.95 and the City Bike's $29.95. The reason that's more money is because the internal hub basically that costs more money.
That makes sense. And it does have some upgrades like that adjustable stem and fenders and stuff. I know that costs a little bit extra.
Yeah.
And frankly, we're here in Boulder. There's like beautiful mountains outside, and it's fun to go off road. But it's also nice to just be able to cruise around with something that's functional.
Yeah, and this is a different market, as I talked to earlier. Somebody wants to be able to get on a bike easily, upright riding position, more casual. Our oldest rider is 83 years old. Most of them are riding R series bikes. They still want to have a lot of fun.
Sure.
But there's a whole segment of the population that has come to us over the years that needs something easy to get on. They might have a hip replacement, knee or something.
Yeah.
And maybe when they're younger, you take it for granted. It's easy to get on a bicycle.
Sure.
But for a lot of people, just getting over the frame ends the ability to ride, and then you don't feel secure coming up to a stop sign or something because you can't get off easy. So this is why I'm excited about this bike. It opens up electric biking to a whole new population. And nobody else has one like this that combines all the features of the easy off easy on frame, you know, mid-drive, internal hub.
Yeah, you know, it really can't be overstated that that chain is not going to fall off. Those gears are going to stay clean. You're not going to need the same kind of tune-ups. I mean, just look at it. It's a very clean design.
Yeah, and you're not, a lot of people who aren't, you know, haven't cycled in a while or hardcore, the derailleur causes problems for them. You know, shifting, and they often bend the derailleur, miss shifts, or drop the chain. And so that's why, you know, on our high-end bikes, we've been using roll-offs for years, and that lets somebody who's not, you know, a hardcore cyclist have an easy time of it.
Got it. Do you have any comments about like frame sizing? Do you offer this in a couple sizes? Or?
This is just a one size. It can fit people down to a 27-inch inseam with the, but you know, it's
yeah, because I noticed the seat can be dropped pretty low, and then with the adjustable handlebars, yeah, that's pretty good. I saw. Yeah. I mean, how tall are you?
6 foot.
And you've ridden this thing around. You feel pretty comfortable, and I'm a little bit shorter, and it feels pretty comfortable as well. So
when you get down to the 5'5", 5'3" range, you know, female stuff like that's still comfortable on this. This is a kind of very Euro design, and this is very popular in Europe for the commuting. You know, if you look at most bikes over there, this would be kind of the style they use.
Yeah.
To commute around town, and that's why it's called the city. It's going to derive from that European feel.
It's frankly not going to stand out because your motor is really hidden down there, and then the battery pack, if you had a bag or panniers, it would just sort of, you wouldn't even see it. So anyway, I know, you know, this is the whole, it's like, I have fun looking at this every time I come, and I wanted to give you a chance to just mention your heritage real quick, because you do make a lot of your stuff here. You're based in Colorado, and you also have a pretty neat warranty and like an upgrade program, right?
Oh yeah.
Can you just tell me about that real quick?
Yeah, with the introduction of our lower price lines, we also started our upgrade path.
Okay.
So first off, we have a 90-day love it or leave it guarantee on all our bikes. That means you can buy it. If it isn't for you, you can send it back and we refund all your money.
Cool.
But the other thing we found is a lot of people, since electric bikes are new in the US, they haven't ridden them. So going into spending a lot of money on a new technology may not work for them. So they can buy a Pioneer, try it, and then if the electric bikes, you know, they say, oh, I love it, I'd like to go a little faster, get some more range, or do something else.
Get a sim or something like that.
Yeah, sim, or in our series, we take 6 months, you can trade it in and get full price credit and trade it in for another bike.
Cool.
So that gives you kind of a worry-free, you got 90 days to try it. If you don't like electric bikes, get rid of it. 6 months to try it, and if you say, hey, I like it, I want to do more, then you can upgrade. And nobody else does that. We actually now have the widest product line of all electric bikes in terms of performance. Because no other company can offer you, you know, from, well, these 500 watts are more powerful than most, but
yeah, it's still not bad.
Up to 1100 watts. So
wow.
You'll have a whole performance range. Other companies will have a price range, but really not that much difference in performance.
Cool. Well, yeah, if you're doing off-road riding and you're, you know, looking for something that can carry a big, heavy guy and not break and manage the bumps and everything, that you used to do motocross, or maybe you still do a little bit, so you have pretty high standard probably for toughness.
Toughness and speed.
Yeah.
But I found over the years, the first Optibikes, I thought everybody wanted to go really fast. Kind of my racing heritage. And then I found out a lot of people don't want to go really fast. They just want to get around town.
Just get there. Yeah.
And people were intimidated by the R series bikes. And I've had some people buy R11s and send them back and get R8s because they're too powerful.
Oh, wow.
And I've had it the other way too. People buy R8s and buy R11s.
They upgrade, yeah.
But there's a whole part of the population where they're not interested in that much performance. They don't want something that wheelies. They want something that gets them around town.
It's like functional.
And that's where these Allroads are great. I mean, I have great feedback from the people that have these of, you know, being able to climb anything and get around town.
It's awesome to see you guys, you know, diversifying your product line for sure. And I'm also one of those people who loves the sim. So I'm going to get out there, do some reviews to put them back at the site. Thank you for the time, of course, Jim. And yeah, keep up great work.
Thanks. Thanks, Cord.